Well, hello my beautiful Librans, welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with a little bonus reading all about you. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Librans, this is a little bonus reading. It's all about you. So if money, career, love do come up in the reading, I will mention it briefly, but it's more about how you're doing, how you're managing the pressures of this time period, and how you're channeling your energy as you move forward. So let's see what's happening there with you at this moment in time. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Librans? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see? Now, your first card is of course, sunlight. So this is really about trying to be positive during this period despite circumstances. And of course, the card itself is number 6. So you're trying to remain in balance, even though there's a very chaotic energy around you. You may feel highly pressured at this time. You may have lots on your plate, doing a lot of juggling, trying to get everything done, multitasking. But at the same time, you're trying to keep that equilibrium energy and be flexible and open to adaptability. I also feel some changes in plans may occur around you during this period, and I feel like you're going to streamline your energy and make sure that you are on target for everything that you're trying to see, do, accomplish. But I feel like this energy of adaptability, I feel flexibility is important, but also you're going to retain that sense of balance as you move through this time period. I also feel there's this energy of rhythm, okay? Now, I feel like you're going to be in the flow a little bit more. Now, as I said, your first card there is the sun. Okay, so that is really about warmth, finding positivity and optimistic energy in your life, even despite, you know, this crazy world that we're living in. And I'm just going to go and get the rest of your cards before I connect to the energy. But it is number 6, and number 6 is all about the lovers, okay? It connects to the lovers card in the major arcanas. So that's really about vibing at a frequency in your heart. At grassroots, the lovers card, of course, you know, it can be about love and those that you really care about, the relationships and friendships that you've built in your life, people coming together, people in reciprocity, but also it's about your choices, okay? You have control over your choices, and I feel that, how would you like to receive? Thank you so much. I feel that some of you are looking at the options that you have and following your heart. You're really connecting to the heart's whisper at this time. And as you can see there, you've got the Chariot card as your protagonist energy as well. So I feel you may have been pushed and pulled in many different directions because you've got a lot on your plate right now. A couple of tasks, administrative work, you know, all those little projects that you've got on the go. It's almost like everything is slotting into place for you, but you're trying to really connect to things that you love. And anything that drains your energy, or if anybody or anything is like trying to dull your shine at this moment, you're really doing you, and you're not allowing them to have that control or that power to change your energy field, okay? So it's almost like you're in a very protective energy field right now. Now also, a lot of you may be visiting family or friends or people you consider your soul tribe at this time. I mean, you know, this is an obvious thing to say because it tends to be a bit of a seasonal thing where, you know, businesses, some, not all, may shut down for holidays, or, you know, there's just a time period of people coming together, maybe catching up, reunions, that sort of thing. And I feel like you're in the flow of that. You're just trying to live in the moment and enjoy it, is the energy that I've got coming through here. And it's almost like you're trying to put a smile smile on things, because deep down we've got the Five of Pentacles. So I feel some of you may have been struggling with something. I feel there may be even like a sadness, okay, about you, but I feel like you're trying to see the positive despite the circumstances. And some of you may be thinking about a people or a person who is not going to be present with you during this period, and you are looking for signs or symbols that they are still connected to you. You're definitely going to see those signs and symbols. I'm just going to see if I can check in with... Okay, now this is an obvious sign or symbol. You're going to see lots of feathers in unusual places. Okay, that indicates someone from spirit is around you, letting you know that they've got your back, that they're sending lots of love. So you're going to see feathers, in particular, really large white ones. Now, this may have come up before in one of your readings, but it's coming up again because they're like almost underlying the message. But I also get a sense here that, yes, 2024 is going to be a bit of a bumpy ride for everybody collectively. But looking at your chart, I feel deep down, you're super aware of that. And you are keeping an eye on things, and you're choosing certain paths that are putting you in a position of security for you and your family, or the people you consider your soul tribe. But you may have felt a lot of pressure on your shoulders recently. You may have also felt that the world is a very serious place, or your world right now just feels a little bit heavier or more serious than usual. And I feel like you're trying to find pockets of lightness, and you're trying to be really positive regardless of those circumstances. Now, we do have the Sun card. So a lot of you are going through an intense period of personal development and growth. And when you get this card, this is about, you know, awakening that confidence within you. And as you can see there's two people looking at this like molten lava, okay? So when you think about it, of course it is the sun, but it's this molten lava that's like pouring off this ball of fire. And I feel some of you are really looking at reshaping your landscape in your world. It's almost like you are going to be decluttering, but at the same time, you are changing a narrative in your world. I feel like you want to experience new situations, new people, and I feel you're just... I get this cozy energy from you. Now, that's a really important thing, because it's like home is where the heart is what I've got coming through for your energy, the people that you care about, building security, but also I get this sense of where do you belong? But at the same time, I feel this energy of, you know, being comfortable can sometimes get a little bit dull or boring. And I feel some of you are trying to find new ways to express yourself or new ways to do things. Some of you during this period may, you know, I don't know who needs to hear this, but I can see it in the water right now. You may buy like new games that you haven't tried before. I mean, I don't really know how else to describe what they're giving me. They're showing me like an array of like very old school games, like 4 in a row. You know, like Connect 4 or whatever you call it, Operation or Battleships or board games. I'm seeing all of these things in the water right now. So either these are gifts that people are giving to others, or maybe it's like a reminder of the good old days where just simple, like, people coming together and playing like games with each other around the table, good conversation, that sort of thing. Maybe that's what's showing up for you right now, because you have a 6 of Cups here. So this could be nostalgia. So it could also be like memories of the good old days. And some of you are wondering, are there good old days to come? Because we can feel a shift in the world at the moment. Now, I see that you're going to remain flexible, but at the same time, I see that, yes, there are many good memories to build yet for you. And I feel there's so many exciting things coming your way. And the universe is actually sending you a resource, a little gift is coming your way at the, I would say, the end of December into January for you. And I feel it's going to just give you an extra little warm smile, okay? But this is number 6, of course, which is all about balance. And this is about you, like, even though there are things that haven't shown up for you in terms of manifestation, or maybe you feel like you're not where you're meant to be right now. I can see that you're on the right path, but some of you may be thinking of the things that you don't have, but you're almost like overriding that feeling, and you're being really grateful for what you do have right now. And I feel you recognize that every new day brings new possibilities, new optimism, and I see that you're looking forward to 2024 like so much. I get this energy of you are done with 2023. Pretty much every sign is getting that energy. And I feel like you're shining your beautiful light, even though there have been some difficult and sometimes dark times. I feel like you're not allowing that energy to infiltrate your powerful confidence, okay? Even though people or situations may have tried to knock your confidence, I feel like you're trying to stand very strong in your position and say, no, this is who I am. I am being my wonderful, authentic self, and I'm taking back the power, okay? I very much get a sign here that your positivity is vital at this time. Now, there may be someone who comes towards you for advice in the next 6 weeks, and I feel like you are the perfect person to give this advice because you give a very honest, transparent, non-biased opinion of the situation and advice for the situation, and that's why this person is coming towards you. So I definitely see your generous spirit giving out some advice. This person, even though you're not giving this person advice for anything to be given back to you, this person will do you a major favor later on. And I'm talking about years down the line. This person will be there for you in a moment where you need it, okay? And I don't feel like there's anything negative there where you go, I really need something or somebody. I feel it could be something as light as, you know what, I really love it if I had a contact at that place so I could get a discount on this thing. It could be as flippant as that, right? Or it could be that you need it in at a certain place, or that perhaps, you're, I don't know, selling a ticket to something and someone has let you down, they can't make it, and rather than lose your money, this person may come along and purchase that ticket off you, and you've broken even. So you got your money back, okay? So, and then they come along and have a great time with you. So I feel it's just something like small like that. So I don't want anyone worrying that, oh my gosh, I'm going to need someone to do me a major favor in the future. I don't feel it's like that at all. I feel like it's a very friendship, reciprocal, beautiful moment, okay? Now we do have the Chariot card. So this is a card of ambition. So I feel like a lot of you are really busy right now. I feel like you may have been sort of pulled and pushed in many different directions because you've got a lot on your plate. You're doing a lot of multitasking. A lot of signs have very similar energy, especially since we have a Mercury retrograde at the moment as well. It feels like we are swimming against the tide or moving through mud a little bit. We've still got things we need to do. You have tasks that you need to do. And some of you may have felt a little bit scattered. Like one moment you're focusing on that one thing that you need to do. And then you're like, oh, this one's more pressing. I should really focus on this. And then you get really interested and focused on this one thing and you think, oh, I shouldn't forget about this one. So I feel that you are like trying to be a little bit more organized, and I feel like some of you are tying up loose ends on projects. But the Chariot card is like change, a change of direction. So some of you may be thinking about traveling or taking some sort of journey. It may even be a spiritual retreat that you're planning for the new year, but you're doing something for you, okay? I definitely see, because the Sun card, it's a card that is connected to the self. It's a Leo card energy. So it's a fire energy where it's like reigniting that lust for life or that passion and that ambition, that confidence, that drive. And some of you may have felt that perhaps you've had low energy recently, or you felt that you've been stuck in a situation. It's been very hard to get out of that situation. It's almost like you're being unlocked in the next coming weeks and months in order to move forward with a sense of dedication, making progress. And I definitely see that you're going to be really busy. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like you're in control of a situation and you're asserting your willpower to make something happen, okay? Now, the Chariot card, it's an interesting card because it is a card that indicates success, triumph, moving forward, victory in a situation. It's almost like you're learning to celebrate your wins, okay? And not everybody can do that. So I feel there's going to be a moment where you feel really proud of yourself. Even though 2023 was a little bit difficult, you may look back on 2023 and think, you know what? It was a rough ride, but I got here and I found myself in some level of control of a situation. And it's almost like you're giving yourself a bit of a pat on the back and saying, you know what, job well done. Because I definitely get a sense here that you've been bold and you've been daring, and there's been a lot of plot twists, okay? And I feel like you've dealt with them really well without losing your cool as well there. Now, we do have a Five of Pentacles. So this can indicate some of you may be a little bit focused on money at this time. You may be keeping an eye on things that you don't go into deep hardship financially. Whenever you see a Five of Pentacles, it's really interesting because when a Six of Cups shows up, It means anything that you feel like you don't have right now, the universe is sending you an extra surprise, a resource. So whether it's financial in nature or whether it is, in terms of love or career or whatever it is you feel like you lack right now, I feel like you're going to see some evidence of it showing up in your world. I mean, this is a card that indicates struggle, and I feel there's been a bit of a faster pace. It almost feels like this year has been speeding up, or time is speeding up. So you may feel like you never have enough time, or you're always on the go and you've been neglecting your own needs and you're just exhausted. And I get a sense here that some of you, especially if you have to travel and, some of you may be seeing people, because we've got the Devil card here and we got the Ace of Pentacles and we've got the Magician card. Some of you may be seeing people or a person who, no matter what you do, it's never enough. Okay, there's always a grouch. I'm just getting the energy coming through. So you may come across someone who you could give them the whole world and then some, and they would still be like, is that it? Is there anything more that you'd like to add to that? And you'd be like, well, no, I've just been working really hard to give you everything I've got. And they're like, okay, well, yeah, I guess. There's always that person, okay? And that indicates that this person, they're not happy within themselves, so they project their energy onto other people. Remember this sentence because it's coming up right now. Misery loves company, okay? But the vibe that you are, vibing at right now, I see the frequency is high and you're not allowing this person to dull your shine. Also, I feel a lot of you are putting a smile on things. If someone asks you, how you doing? You're like, yeah, I'm good. I'm great. How's things with you? It's almost like you're batting it back to that other person, because deep down, I feel some of you have been disappointed with something, or you regret something, or you feel that something hasn't shown up for you, or you've been left out in the cold in some area. I definitely see an energy here of sadness. So I just want to pull a card on that Five of Pentacles, but it can also indicate some of you, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there, some of you may be like dealing with loss, okay, in some way, and you're grieving that. And I feel like you're trying to find the positive. So I'm just going to pull some cards just to clarify this Five of Pentacles for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please clarify this Five of Pentacles? Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I'm only picking the uprights in the decks, just so you're aware. The Wheel of Fortune, destiny is going to step in and turn your situation around for the positive, because you're trying to vibe at a frequency that says, you know what, okay, there's been some major changes. And some of those changes, it's like you won some, you lost some. And I definitely get an energy that now you're on the up, okay? You're leaving everything that was a disappointment in the past. 2023, it's over. You're embracing 2024, and there's much more abundance. I mean, you're going from a Five of Pentacles to a King of Pentacles. So in terms of money, I definitely see the new year will increase your finances, and you're going to be more shrewd in the decisions financially that you make. But also, I feel like you're looking at security. Some of you may be worried about security, financial security, or, your home security. And I definitely get a sense here that you're taking control of things to make sure that you're in a really good position to weather any changes that are coming. And we all know in 2024, there are some major changes coming, and 2025 for the collective is going to be a big year. Okay. But I definitely get a sense here that you are securing your position in something. And I definitely see that, you're being careful. Let's put it that way. It's almost like you're being careful with your resources. You're being careful with not life in general, because I feel like you're embracing the joys of life. I mean, the Five of Pentacles, it can indicate it's tough right now, but you're not letting it get you down. And I feel like the universe is sending you a resource, or it could be through a person, it could be through a situation, or it could be just sheer luck that something just works out for you. I mean, maybe I've said this before, but they were showing me in the water many, many years ago. So I do apologize if you have heard this before, but many years ago, money that I was expecting that I, worked for didn't come through. Okay. And I was like down on my luck, and I was like, wow, I really need something to eat. And I was really hungry, and I hadn't had anything. And I sort of just said to the universe, dear universe, please, if you could just help me out in this one situation. I kid you not, I just walked a couple of steps and suddenly there was like $5 in front of me on the floor. And I was like, what? And then I went off and I got myself, some food with that. So it was just literally immediate. I was given an immediate response. And sometimes the universe is not immediate. So I was very lucky in that situation. Destiny intervened, and I wish I'd, back then, nobody was filming nothing. We didn't have cameras, filming everything going on, but I wish I had, because that would have been such an incredible moment. But the way that the world is at the moment, you film something and you think, it's not real. They probably edited it together, all of those things. But anyway, that was my moment that really sort of underpinned that the universe does listen. And sometimes it takes a while to show up, and sometimes it's immediate. But I know that in that circumstance, there was a little bit of extra magic that happened for me that day. And I see that that magic is showing up for you as well. Okay. Now, this is a very important card. It's number 43, and it's reduced. 4 plus 3 is 7, which is a Chariot card. So that means the direction that you're headed in, this is a very winning position to be in. Also, I feel like you're in control of your destiny. And, the Chariot card, the history of the Chariot card is no matter how many bumps there are along the road, you keep getting back into that chariot and you keep driving forward. And I feel that's what's going on with you right now. Okay. But there is a positive change that is working for you in your favor. Now, with this card, what you get with this card is there is magic to be found everywhere, but you must look for it or believe in it. But ultimately, you are the magic, okay? I feel it's really important to recognize that you are a magnet, and sometimes doubt, especially since you have the Devil card and the Ace of Pentacles, there may have been something that didn't work out for you recently or something that let you down. It's like, it's an Ace of Pentacles, so it can indicate that financially something that was either promised to you didn't come around, or perhaps you lost something that perhaps was going to help you out in some area. With the Devil card present, that indicates doubt. Once we get hurt in a situation, or we lose something that we thought was valuable to us, or something happens to really shake that balance and that foundation, suddenly we start to begin to doubt, okay? It's human nature. We all do it. It doesn't matter how spiritual you are, how much faith you place in, the universe. When we are shaken, sometimes our faith starts to waver. Now, not everybody, of course. Some of us do, some of us don't. But I definitely get an energy here that some of you, there is the potential to doubt a situation, believing it to not be working out in your favor. But I feel the universe is going to prove you wrong in that situation, and everything you wanted is being delivered to you. Okay, so I feel there's some really good stuff coming towards you. Also, I feel this energy of you having healing hands. So some of you may be thinking about taking a course in healing, or you've been doing some Reiki, or you've been learning about the power of healing in your hands, or maybe you're getting some healing on your hands. Maybe some of you got arthritis or something like that. They're just like highlighting healing hands. So some of you may go into a profession where you help people in some way, or you learn more about how the body heals and the energy exchange between people and situations. So that's coming through there. Maybe something you're just interested in right now, or maybe something that will sort of gravitate towards you, and you will get a little bit more knowledgeable on it, and it may help you long term. Now, we do have that Ace of Pentacles, okay, and because it's in the resistance position, some of you, I'm getting an energy that you may have felt that you have unfulfilled potential in some area, or there's something that you haven't quite managed to achieve this year, and you've been a little bit down about it, but I feel 2024 is the year where you accomplish this. Some of you may have also been very scattered in your energy. You may have felt you lacked focus in some way because the energy has been so frantic, is what I'm being given. But you're going to ground yourself a little bit more. And these may be through food substances. You may notice there are certain foods that make you feel like a bit more grounded than others. But also this card, the main energy I'm getting in this is that you've decided to invest in yourself fully and try to release any doubt, any fears, and try and embrace the moment and try to be as positive as possible. The Ace of Pentacles, anything that's in the resistance position, it goes into the upright. So this indicates the hand of the universe stepping in to offer you either, a new start, some successful opportunities, a gift. And I definitely get it's a start of more money for you as well. So this could come through a job or a raise or a promotion, or even if you're retired, for example, you may hear that one of your pensions goes up or your pension increases in some way. I feel there's definitely a little bit more access to finances, and you may have been a little bit stretched recently. This reading is not meant to be about career, love, or money or any of those things, but I feel it may be something that is on your mind quite a lot. But ultimately, I feel like you're investing in you. And I feel feel like you are opening yourself up to the variety of life, because I feel your interest is going in many different directions. So you may be reading lots of different types of books, lots of themes, or you may be putting yourself out there to check out exhibitions or even travel. Some of you may be like, I want to go to a country I've never been before. I want to soak up that culture. I want to know more about it. So I definitely get a sense here that there's a richness going on about you, and you want to inform yourself, and they'll give me the word planning. So it could be that you're planning it or engineering it, or you've got big plans for 2024 and you're wondering, are you on the right path? Well, the answer is yes. Okay. Now we do have the Devil card. It is in the resistance position, so that's kind of perfect because it means you're releasing anything that has been holding you back or keeping you stuck. This is, an energy of freedom, being aware, especially since you have the Sun card. This could be that you are aware of like a food substance or a beverage that perhaps makes you feel unwell or has a really negative impact on your body. Could be even a negative, like toxic friendship or relationship, or even an environment. You're saying goodbye to all those things because you're taking back that power, and you're recognizing that you're doing you now, and you're not allowing anything or anybody to dull your shine. So I definitely see you releasing toxicity. Also, I get a sense here that with the Devil card, some of you, the energy that I've got coming in is, it's almost like a mantra or a prayer. It's like, you're not greedy, but you're asking the universe for a little bit more because things have been tight or things have been difficult. And I definitely see that your prayer or your mantra will be answered and it will be delivered, is what I'm being given. Okay. Let me pull a quick card with that Devil card there, because the Devil card, it's not an evil card. It shows up for everybody at some point on their journey of life, because that's what the major arcana cards are. They are major moments in your life, and we all get stuck. So there may have been a situation where you felt people underestimated your power, or underestimated your skills, or even like undervalued you. And I feel like you're taking back that power and you're saying, no, I value myself, and therefore I'm erecting a healthier boundary. And if you overstep that mark, I'm cutting you out, or I'm making sure that I reinforce that boundary so that you do not take advantage of a situation. And I definitely see that you are becoming acutely aware of things that are meant for you and things that are not meant for you. Now, also with that Devil card, the Three of Wands can be the weight. Something that you've been manifesting. It's frustrating, and you may feel like it's not happening for you, but the Three of Wands reestablishes that you're on the right path, okay? Also, you're in tune and in harmony with your heart's desire. There's going to be a fullness of creativity, achievement, lots of new opportunities coming towards you, and I feel like you're trusting your visions to make sure that you're making the best choices for yourself and getting the best out of life, okay? This is a card of achievement, so it's almost like, what's next? Those two wands that are firmly placed on the ground are the accomplishments, things that you've already accomplished. And you're celebrating your wins, you're celebrating yourself, and now you're like looking to the future, like, what's next? What could I conquer in 2024? So I definitely see that you are like creating new resolutions. And some of you may be like, yeah, you're creating new resolutions without actually making the resolutions. It's almost like, sometimes when we say something that we're going to do something, if we tell other people or we write it down, sometimes we fall off the wagon, okay? We kind of like don't achieve it, or we have to revisit it in some way because we've told it to somebody else. And I definitely get a sense here that some of you may be having a plan, or you are like engineering something that you're going to do or create something, and you're keeping it to yourself at this time because you're not sure yourself how it's going to go. But at the same time, I feel like you don't want to reveal it until it's ready, because you may have noticed that when you share an idea or a project or something that you're working on, it's almost like it doesn't work out. And it can mean that sometimes people, even though they may want the best for you, they may look at what you're doing and think, oh, I wish I was doing that, or I wish I could do that, or they probably won't be able to do that. So they kind of like attach an energy to it. So I feel like you're definitely keeping those things to yourself at this time. And we've got the Six of Pentacles there. Wonderful that you got the Six of Pentacles, because it means that you're learning about overgiving. Some of you, I feel, things have been unfair for you recently, and I feel that there is a distribution of fairness happening, some good karma coming your way, and ultimately balance. Some of you also are going to do some sort of charity work. I definitely see that there could be a person that you need to know at this place, and it may be where people have addictions, or where they have told their story about their hardships, and you may collaborate on that and decide to either help them get their story out there or in some way help them get back on their feet. There's this energy coming through there as well. I mean, this could also be a friend. It doesn't have to be someone you meet at a charitable event. It could be a favor. I definitely see also this favor. It comes right back around, whatever that is for you as well. Okay. Now, your outcome energy is really, really positive. We've got Earth. Okay, there's a lot of Earth in your chart, a lot of pentacles. So that means you're thinking about where you belong, planting roots and feeling secure in your environment. So with this card, this is really about recognizing who has your back and who deserves a position in your life, in your inner core, your inner circle. It's number 15. Which is, of course, the Devil card. So that's like, you know, eradicating anything that's unhealthy for you or channeling unhealthy energy into something positive, you know, turning pain to gain. A lot of artists, musicians, writers, you know, they tend to channel their experiences that have been disappointment or pain or, you know, sometimes boredom or discouragement. They actually channel that into works of art that we know today that are so successful. So I definitely see, you know, you are the poet of the zodiac, my beautiful Librans. You know, you tend to look at life in a way where you want to see the beauty because you're acutely aware of the ugly side of life. You know that there is, you know, a light and dark to the world, and you're aware of it. And therefore, it's like you're choosing to see the beauty, you're choosing to see the light. And I feel that's a really good viewpoint to come from at this moment in time, especially since the world is a crazy place. I feel like you're not ignoring the fact that things are difficult. I feel like you're doing your bit to the degree that you can. And I feel if everyone does their bit, and this came up briefly in the Sagittarian reading, but if everybody did their bit, you know, together as a whole, we could really make this place an incredible home because it is our home. So I definitely get a sense here that you're thinking about those things as well. Now, of course, this card also has a meaning, and this is a time to ground yourself, okay, to get out into nature, to be part of it all, and to take a positive sort of almost like it's like you paying attention to your world around you, that you are making your environment beautiful. Some of you may have felt really disconnected recently, and you may have noticed it's because you have a lot of like electronic devices, or your time has been channeled into like working or to your cell phone or to the TV or to the radio. It's almost like you want to like get connected to nature, take a walk in a park or a forest or by the sea. I feel like you're reconnecting to nature. Okay, and there's so much light in your reading. It tells me that you're finding peace of mind there and lots of answers that you've perhaps been seeking, a little bit of soul searching. I feel like you're going to find those answers and feel a little bit more peace in your soul. It gives you an opportunity to breathe in the chaos. Okay, so I feel it's a really important time. Six of Cups is a return to better times. So I feel, yes, there's going to be memories of the past, the good old days, but at the same time, there's an understanding of what you learnt in those situations and what you should take with you from those situations and what you should leave behind in those situations as well. This card is a message of peace, okay? But also there's a message of remembrance here as well. So some of you may be looking at the table and who is missing from that table and giving thanks that they were a part of your world, and know that they are around you and that they stand by you. As I said, the big white feather is going to be a major factor there. Okay, interesting. They're showing me, and I'm not sure how it's relevant, but they're just showing me, like, you know, old-fashioned, like a pouch with doubloons, like gold coins, those sort of things, silver coins, doubloons. You know, I don't know why I want to say doubloons. So it's almost like I'm thinking of like Pirates of the Caribbean or something, where they've got like a little pouch of coins. And it's come up as like almost like a sign for you. So it could be that there's more money coming on in, that's for sure. I mean, some of you may even like find a family heirloom that you either decide to keep and display, or you decide to exchange to a museum, or, you know, I'm not really sure how else to decode this image. Maybe there's someone in spirit who like was really interested in that time period, or they loved the movie Pirates of the Caribbean. I've not really seen it myself. I know I'm aware of it. I've not really seen it, but they're just showing me that and it's come up. So I'm just going to leave that there. It may be very precise for somebody, and with love and respect, I'm just going to step away from that. But it could also indicate that you're going to see coins in unusual places, or maybe even unusual coins that will have a significant relevance in some way, okay? So pay close attention to that as well. Now, the Six of Cups is really returning to a relationship with your sense of self, reestablishing a relationship with areas of yourself that you feel like you've disconnected from, like your childhood or perhaps your inner child. It's about opening up to playfulness, to being open-hearted, and also it indicates the universe sending you a gift, an offer, okay? What I'm hearing here, oh, so beautiful. Okay, it's almost like made me feel like, oh, and relief, okay? It's like, I haven't forgotten. I got your back. It's almost like a message from the universe. Whatever it is that you're wanting, the universe has not forgotten what you've asked for. It's coming towards you, okay? And I feel some of you as well, if you're looking for friendships, deeper friendships, I see people reuniting during this time. You may think of someone and suddenly they reach out to you. It's an indication that we're all connected. There is a oneness about your reading. But also I feel some of you, if you have lost touch with people, and you're currently looking for your soul tribe because you've evolved from situations or people from the past, I feel like you're embracing new experiences. New people are coming into your life in order to build new memories. So this could be in a community event or in a hobby or something that you do for you. I feel like you're meeting new people, and these people are going to be your soul tribe moving forward. And I feel there's a lot of respect and a lot of passionate energy. I'm not talking just in I'm not talking in terms of love, okay? I feel it's more that these people are going to be your ride or die kind of people who are with you, who've got your back, okay? And I feel there's like a team energy about this. So I definitely see you meeting new people as well. And there's a sense of community about your reading. Now we do have the King of Pentacles, and this can indicate a seriousness, okay? So I do see that you've got a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You are very busy and you're being really practical about it. You're writing that list, and I definitely see you are ticking things off that list. But also this is a card of ambition. So some of you are like reimagining all you have to do. Like, for example, you may put things that are really critical on the top of your list and then anything else a little bit further down. And you're looking at what you want to achieve in 2024 and you're so serious. It's almost like you're locked on to a goal or a dream or a project that you have to do. It could be something as small as fix that door creak that keeps happening every time you close that door, or whether it is something bigger, like in terms of your career or in terms of a move. Some of you may be thinking about relocating, but ultimately I feel this energy of where do you belong? And it's like home is where the heart is. So you're asking your heart, where do I belong? Where do I feel like I fit in? Where is my happy spot? And I feel like you're going to like find it, or you found it in some way. And I feel like you are leaving disappointment behind. And I feel like you're being encouraged to embrace 2024 with that level of focus and a recognition that there are better times to come. Brighter times are on the horizon for you. Also, I mean, if you are in a career, there's definitely like promotion vibes going on here, more money coming in as well. King of Pentacles can also be that you're starting to reap what you've already sown, okay? And you're starting with that happy sun card. So it's like the more positivity you put out, the more like a boomerang it's going to come back around to you in different forms. So I feel like maybe you're trying to experiment with energy and see how it affects your everyday. So it could come through journaling, it could come through, positive mindsets, law of attraction, cosmic ordering. There's lots of energy. It's like magical alchemical energy swirling around you over the next 6 weeks that helps you in a very strong manifestation mindset. And whatever you feel like you lack, you will gain. And I definitely see that some really good stuff is coming your way as well, okay? Now, it's no accident that you've got the King of Pentacles, which is all about fruitfulness, things coming to fruition, enjoying the best in life, and also paying it forward, especially since you have that Six of Cups and a Six of Pentacles came out for you there as well. And this beautiful figure on this card also is wearing an incredible headdress full of fruit. So this is a time of fruition, of fruitfulness, of abundance, joy, and, things growing. and having a lot of potential, because you've started with the sun, and now whatever it is that you're nurturing, I definitely see that there are happier times ahead to enjoy the moment. But I get a sense it's more about who you are, who you allow into your energy field, and, you know, where you belong with these people. It's like building a happiness. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay. So we have, I'm not surprised to see the roadmap there, especially since you got the Chariot card. I mean, for some of you, you may be thinking of literally going on a road trip or a spiritual retreat, perhaps. I definitely get a sense here of you looking like, where do you belong? And this is like the roadmap for you to follow. But the first card you got here is the Mask. Okay, and it says here, remove your mask and learn to live the way you are, live original. And what's hidden, hiding true self, and uncovering anything that is not true. So I definitely see that you are living your authentic life, okay? But what I see here is that sometimes, you know, you're a beautiful person with an incredible heart, and you are an overgiver, and you always give a lot of yourself. And sometimes you may not give yourself time to do things for yourself. So I feel some of you may be just a little bit more honest and say, you know what, I'd love to help you, but right now I've got stuff going on with me, and I just need to focus on that right now, but I'll come back to you as soon as I'm ready. So I feel it's more about, rather than just saying, when someone asks you, how you doing? And you're like, yeah, I'm fine. It's all good. It's great. I feel like you may be removing the mask and saying, you know what, actually, I'm doing good despite the circumstances. You know what, it could be worse, but I'm focusing on the positive right now. You know, a lot of those important communications bring us together. I remember once I went into a coffee store and I was having the most horrific day. I worked at a very toxic environment. They were horrible. They would literally swear at me, or everybody, throw things at me, you know, get me to pick this horrendous stuff like off the floor. It was just not nice, but they paid really well, and it allowed me to be able to look after my family and, you know, save for the future and things like that. So I put up with it, and I went into this coffee store, and I just kind of like reached breaking point. And the person behind the desk said to me, hey, how are you doing? And I was like, you know what, actually, and she was really friendly and had a big old smile on her face. She was doing really well. And I said, you know what, actually, I'm having the worst day ever. And I don't know. I feel a bit lost. And I was just really honest in that moment. And normally I'd say, yeah, I'm fine. Thanks very much. How are you? And I'd be like, have an exchange like that. And then, you know, normally they would say, oh, I'm fine too. What's your order? And then we'd like pass, ships passing in the night, the end, right? But on this occasion, I was like, I can't even like muster a smile or hide it anymore. I'm not doing good, actually. But it came out, and I didn't realize it was coming out. And then her face changed, and she said, you know what, me too. It's like, I can't do this anymore. It's just soul crushing. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to really go back to the drawing board and have a think. And in that moment, we were like super real with each other. Two humans who are struggling. And a lot of us are going through that. It's a struggle. There's a lot of pressure. We got to pay bills. We got to like make sure we're on top of things. Everything is hitting us at a mile a minute. We're navigating that wave of life and trying to ride that wave and make sure it doesn't swamp us. But on the surface, everybody's like just fine, just doing fine, trying to keep it all together. But underneath, maybe not so much. So I feel there may be a moment for you where there is a very honest, open and raw exchange between you and another person. Now, that wonderful woman behind the counter, she was actually like, you know what, this coffee, it's on me. Enjoy it. And here's a muffin as well. Just, you know, enjoy it, because it's a lot. And I was like, it is a lot. It really is. And, you know, obviously I wasn't doing that to get something free, but it was a moment of recognition. And because you got the 6 of Cups and 6 of Pentacles, I actually feel that there is something free being given to you in the next 6 weeks. Could be a coffee, could be a muffin, could be some advice that's really helpful. There's an energy of sharing going on in your reading. But ultimately, I feel like sometimes we don't have to pretend, and that's okay. We can just say, actually, I'm not doing okay. And I know a lot of people say out there, it's okay to not be okay. But if we share it and we can recognize that to some degree we're all going through something, may not be the same, we may not be able to understand, we can empathize with a person. And that brings us closer together. So I definitely see this oneness and this unity happening in your reading as well. You know, even when someone is like really snappy and they snap at you, sometimes they snap, like I've had lots of people snap at me. My first thought is, excuse me? And then my second thought is, they must be under a lot of pressure. It's not personal. And I hope whatever it is that they're dealing with, they work it out. Because we don't know what each person is going through. And especially you, Libra, you're a beautiful sign that is so emphatic. And I feel, you know, you always see the balance. You know, you always see behind what's going on. And I feel like you will be there for somebody as well in the next 6 weeks. And they will do you that favor. It definitely comes back around. But ultimately, it's like being real. Okay, and I wish a lot more of us would just be super real. Okay, now we've also got Gypsy Soul, and it says here, can't tame or change a wild heart. Learn to accept its unpredictability, independence, childlike, and adventure. And you're embracing that enthusiasm, that lust for life. That, you know, yes, we have a lot of responsibility on our shoulders, but we can do anything. If it's been done before by another person, you can do it. And even if you have never heard it being done by anybody else, you're very unique and original, then you can still do it. You can be that person who's that maverick to make it happen. If you can think it in your mind, you can have it in your hand. And a lot of you are like, why should I stay in one place? Maybe I could explore over here, or I could experience other situations. Variety is the spice of life. And I definitely see that you're embracing your wild heart. You're reconnecting to your inner child, your open-heartedness, and your playfulness, despite that the world is highly pressured and sometimes a heavy, serious energy where we've just got to do life. But I feel like you're finding those other moments where you can let loose and be fancy free. Now we've got roadmap there as well. So you're definitely planning for 2024 because I feel like you're so like over 2023. It says here, some steps can't be predicted. Allow life to show you the way. Life path, proceed. Everything that's been lost will be found. The unknown. Okay, so trusting in the unknown there, I definitely get a sense here that anything that you feel like you lost out on, you're being guided towards something else, something more rewarding, something more fulfilling. And if there is someone who is not at the table, shall we say, who has transitioned, you're definitely going to get those signs to let you know that they are still around you, encouraging you, you know, cheerleading you towards your goals and your dreams. And there's a lot of love there as well. Okay, so I'm sending you a huge hug out there. Now also, I'm just going to get a trinket or rune before we close. Okay, we've got a guitar. So guitar is about, you know, expression. It's about passions. Of course, it's about music. It's about tuning into your vibrations. There's 2 stars there, which represent 2 wishes. So it's like tuning your vibrations to achieve a goal or a wish, but also it's about embrace music more, embrace the moment, you know, recognize that certain things, they change our mood, vibrations change our mood. So we are human and we are ever fluctuating in our emotions, and one day we may feel awful. And the next day we may feel on top of the world. And I feel you're looking at things that can increase your mood in terms of positivity. And this can be through movement and music. Okay. Also, we have an angel there. So you're being guided, you're protected and redirected. So if anything has rejected you, disappointed you, I definitely see it's a silver lining that you're being guided towards something better, something greater. And I feel like, you know, you are not alone. And this is a time to recognize the signs. Look out for the feathers and the coins or doubloons. I mean, if you find a doubloon, I think that's probably worth a lot of money, right? So that would really be some of the answers to your prayers, perhaps. Really interesting. My guides wanted me to go again. So I'm going to go again. Okay. Obviously, this is the one. That's a weird way for it to come out. Okay, so this is the wood rune. So basically, it's all about your emotions. It's all about your energy. It's about positivity. It's about that lust for life popping out there for you as well. And I definitely get a sense here that some of you actually are a seer. You're gifted. You have psychic flashes or knowingness, and you'll develop this. There's going to be a dream that comes to you, and you're going to be like, that was so real. And then you're going to notice there are some similarities to your waking day. And I feel that you're going to notice that actually you're developing some spiritual gifts here, okay? And they will increase as you move through 2024, okay? So pay close attention to your intuition and to dreams or flashes of knowingness. okay, because they will increase over time. I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. It was a very different reading than everyone else and a very different reading than usual, so I hope something does resonate there in some way. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Librans, and love and light.